What's up, YouTube? We have come to the end of the trading week, and man, today and pretty much all of this whole week, we are just up tremendously. This week we're up $94, and today alone we're up $44. We're up 4.18%. And if we look at all my holdings, it's just green. It's pretty insane. Now, as you know, for this whole week, like this news article points out, we have had nationwide protests. So I was pretty sure we were going to see around maybe 5 to 10% loss on the stock market this week, but no, that is not the case. If we look at the Nasdaq, we are at 9,800 right now. We peaked at like also 9,800. So we're just slightly over where we left off at the Nasdaq. For the Dow Jones, we're currently at 2,700, not quite near that tip yet. But honestly, if we keep going the way we're going, we're probably going to be hitting it probably within a couple weeks. So what's going on with the whole market as a whole? I kind of want to give my 2 cents on this. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't really know too much with the stock market, as I'm just a new investor getting in with dividend investing. But all I know is we were just getting bombarded with bad news. We've had the nationwide protests. Q2 earnings are expected to be coming out next month, and they're expected to be terrible. And unemployment is at an all-time high. So what gives? So there's a few reasonings that I've seen around throughout the community, like on Reddit and from YouTubers, of why the market's rallying so high. It could be because the Fed is just pumping more money. They're buying all these shares and trying to keep the market afloat. Or it could be all the stimulus money. As you know, I saw on a report recently, I'll put it up on the screen if I can find it, but a lot of millennials were actually investing in the stock market with their stimulus money. So maybe it's a lot of newcomer investors, millennials such as myself, throwing their money in the stock market. Maybe it's just because, they see it rallying, so investors are just getting excited. So it's rallying based off that the fact the stock market is rallying in the first place. So I don't know, maybe it's a combination of all these reasonings, but as I'm looking at this market as a whole and where I'm standing right now, I really don't see a whole lot of reason to put more money in the stock market right now. To me, the stock market as a whole looks overvalued, overinflated. None of this really makes sense, but it doesn't really make sense to a whole lot of people right now anyways, considering a lot of people are kind of sidelining and they've been kind of waiting for this whole downfall that's not to come yet. But I was watching one of Financial Education's video, shout out to you, but I was scrolling through the comments and I did see a comment that said this whole situation looks very familiar to Bitcoin back in 2017, where we had that major rally and investors were just hyped off the rally, so it just kept climbing and climbing until it hit around 20,000, and then it was sort of like a bubble, and then it popped and the price fell and plummeted and wiped a lot of investors out who had their hopes on Bitcoin, including myself. I was part of that hype. I was just recently investing and didn't know what I was doing, didn't pay attention to analytics. I bought in at around 18,000 and now here we are, never recovered. As you can see, this whole market sort of looks kind of similar. If we're looking at the Nasdaq, like look at this major gains and all this bad news. For me, it doesn't make sense, but the whole time it hasn't made sense at all. But that is not the whole video. So there is one bond that I would like you guys to pay attention to. It is the Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF. So the reason why this one has caught my eye is, one, how stable it is. If we look back at it, let's say the 3-month chart, this is pretty stable throughout the major growth. It's not a whole lot of growth. It bottomed out at about $79. But if we look at the 5-year, it's got some growth. It's overall pretty stable. And to me, adding a bond to my portfolio would just increase the diversity in my portfolio, which is one of my main overall goals. One of the major key factors of why I'm choosing this bond stock. If we go to its dividends, it pays out monthly, 22 cents a month. Dividend yield of 3.14%, so right in that sweet spot. Annual payout of $294, which would be adding to my annual payout, giving me 22 cents a month. So right now, we're going to be adding $100 and we're going to be buying 1 share of VCIT. And just like that, the portfolio value is now at $1,210. Our buying power is $146. So right now we are going to be buying 1 share of VCIT. I think it's actually at a fair value. Again, I'm in it for the dividend payments. It does pay the 22 cents a month per share. It's not a super strong high yield, but it is something that's going to add to my monthly income, even if it's just a little bit. and it does seem to have some little bit of long-term growth and overall sustainability. So we're going to be buying one share right now. I don't really care what the price is because, again, I'm a dividend investor. So let's type in one share, review order. You're placing a good for day market order to buy one share. Buy. And done. We bought it at $93.67 of one share. And just like that, we now own VCIT right here at the very bottom. Let's click on it. We own one share. It adds 7% of portfolio diversity, which is a safe bond in my opinion. And we are flat. Nothing's up or down so far. So yeah, that's going to be really my goals right now for the whole stock portfolio. Hopefully the market kind of takes a little bit of a dip. I'm kind of really hoping for that, so I can really cash in on some more like cheap, good value stocks and really add to more of my shares here. The only other stock I wouldn't mind adding is some more SPHD. I'm up about 20 bucks on it, so it does kind of hurt because I'll be moving up my average cost. But at the same time, I don't really care too much if I'm positive or negative on capital gains. I'm really into that monthly dividend paying stock. So that's going to be the video today, guys. As you can see, we're at $1,210 for the portfolio value. We bought a share of VCIT today. Kind of wanted to show you guys real time, put my money where my mouth is type thing. So that's going to be the video. If you guys are interested in subscribing, please subscribe. I post weekly content like this, just kind of updating the portfolio, giving my thoughts on the market, what do I think, and pretty much just going over and promoting the dividend investing strategy. Right now it's paying out pretty okay. We're just mainly earning about $1 a month, so it's not a whole lot of money, but eventually we're going to get there. And the point is for you guys to come along and just inspire other dividend young investors. So leave a comment down below, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.